Happy Halloween and welcome to the very last video I'm gonna make about my little Halloween special. Let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the spookiest movie, one of the spookiest movies I've ever seen in my entire life, Skinamarink. You may or may not have heard about this movie, and I heard a little bit about it. I heard about how experimental it was, and I heard about how weird it was. And one night in January, I pulled some friends aside and they said, "Hey, want to watch this weird movie with me?" And for some reason, they all said yes. Now, half the room said they didn't get it, didn't find it too scary. The other half of the room was like, I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight. This is absolutely wild. Did I sleep that night? Yes, not very well. Because Skinamarink is so weird. And it's one of those movies where I'm watching it and I'm not scared for a second until like towards the end where we get these really weird end sequences and I'm like freaking out with my buddy. You know, Skinamarink's the type of movie where as I lay in bed and I start to think about it, that's when I get scared. That's when I start getting, that's when the blood starts pumping, Ironically, here's a little fun story about Skinamarink. I went, after I watched it in the afternoon, and then later that night we were hanging out, and for some reason, I had to walk from like one part of the dorm to the other, and for some odd reason, the entire dorm was just dead quiet. Unbelievably quiet. And as I'm walking through the dorm, I'm like, this is so weird, why is it so quiet? I am scared, because I watched Skinamarink that night. Just weird, wild. And you know what? Let's just get into some spoilers here for Skinamarink. We find out that, before we get into spoilers, if you don't really know what the movie's about these two kids where their parents go missing, and then all the doors and windows leave the house, and the toilet. And the concept is like, what the heck? But when you just go through it, it's just a kid's absolute nightmare. And there's this one sequence where you hear this weird voice telling the kids what to do, and then the kids do it, and it's like, I can't believe what I'm watching. This is terrifying, and it's shot so, it's just shot so dark. There's minimal light. It's just eerie. It's anxiety-inducing, and it just freaks me out after the fact, and that's what makes Skinamarink so freaking scary and so good. Am I ever gonna watch it again? Probably not. I'm not sure if I can. But anywho, by any measures, Skinamarink is fantastic, and I would highly suggest, if you really want an experimental, scary, slow burn movie, I would highly recommend seeing Skinamarink. But anywho, thank you for watching any one of my 31 different Halloween movies. Now you can kind of go back if you want and go check out any other video I've made talking about a spooky movie. But anywho, I believe this is the scariest and spookiest movie I will talk about ever. That being said, thank you for watching, and yeah, we'll see you next year.